organisation will be key for them tonight if they're to keep this all-star Arsenal attack at bay. You can see the Arsenal players wearing blue. Kelly Chambers, the Reading icon, coach who was a former player and captain, been in charge since 2014. Before the action, the players take a knee to reinforce the message that there is no room for discrimination of any kind. So it is Reading who get things underway then, kicking right to left as we look at it in the first half. 5 points behind third place Spurs, who occupy the final Champions League qualification place. Taken all the way to extra time on Sunday. We'll see if that has any impact on things. Manuela Zinsberger didn't even have to play as Arsenal swept aside Liverpool at Prenton Park. More of a useful training exercise than a competitive game, that one. So they should be relatively fresh coming into this. Ketley's ball forward is Miedemar's first touch. Has become the case. She will be slightly deeper with Blackstenius, the central striker. Here is Blackstenius. And a little too much time on the ball there. It's good closing down from Miedemar. Just a little warning early on for Reading that they're not going to get a moment's peace to settle. Must be pretty daunting for them, knowing the record that Miedemar has against them. Scored twice in the 4-0 Arsenal win at the Medeski Stadium back in September. It's Dowie's touch. A little too cute for Primer to be able to get on the end of. And here's Gemma Evans. Played every minute in the WSL for Reading today, has their number 5. She's missed a touch there, though. Luckily for her, Woodham was able to recover it.
Try him again, try him again.
Evans going the no-nonsense route that time. Raffaele got ahead to it. Reading quick to win it back, though. And an opportunity here early on. Zinsberger was quickly off her line to deal with the threat, though. Dowie very much the player to watch from a Reading perspective, but Primer alongside has made a really good impact too. In back-to-back games against Brighton in the FA Cup and Everton in the league in January and February, both late winners, and preferred to Deanne Rose tonight. Not particularly high press from Reading. They don't want to commit numbers to that and then find themselves light at the back with the likes of Blackstenius running at them, not just her, of course. Arsenal will allow Maritz and McCabe to come forward on every opportunity. Miedemar trying to win it back, she's done that too. Can she find any room for a shot? On she goes, hit it straight into the defender. Space here for Katie McCabe. She's got Maritz in support too. Put it in early. Yellow shirts were outnumbering the red ones. Little trying to get it under control. Kept it away from Primer nicely. Got options both sides here. Get it out to Ford. Her cross aimed at Blackstenius, who was deflected, and Arsenal get the game's first corner. See, actually, particularly in these wide areas, the pitch does seem to be cutting up a little. Ford, having won the corner, makes her way into the penalty area to try and get on the end of it. It's a Good ball, outswinging delivery to Wardford. Dropped for Miedemar, took it on her chest and then whacked it. Thicket of bodies to try and get the ball through. There's Catley, who was always ambitious. And her wait for her first WSL goal of the season will go on a little longer. Jonas Edeval might well have encouraged his players to shoot from those kind of positions just to see what kind of form Rhiannon Stewart is in and how her confidence is. Maloney very much Reading's number one. Not available tonight. Well, it was quite the coup for Arsenal to get Stina Blackstenius. The Swedish international joined in January after her contract expired at Häcken, and big things are expected of her in the WSL. Woodham. Kelly Chambers will, I think, be quite happy with the way her team have started here. Evans under pressure from Miedemar though. Dowie showed a little bit of too much of that to her opposite number. Little's managed to win it back for Arsenal. Quickly dispossessed by Eikeland though. Any room for a cross here for Eikeland? She's done well to beat Maritz. It's a great ball as well, and just too high. A real encouragement for Reading there though. Eikeland's able to get the better of Maritz. It was a quality cross, but now here come Arsenal on the break. Nice open start to the game here. Miedemar with McCabe in space and Blackstenius through the middle. He's come to McCabe. A shot from Ford deflected behind for another corner. Chances at both ends. Caitlin Ford did get a couple of goals on Sunday against Liverpool in the Cup, but it's the best part of a year since she scored in the WSL. Flat delivery this time. Goalkeeper's punch didn't quite get the job done. Arsenal players leaving it to one another there. McCabe and Williamson. Eventually McCabe able to get the ball under control. Here's Williamson. I think the pass was intended by Little, but she managed to work it out to Raffaelli. And now Arsenal come forward again with Caitlin Ford. Little once more. See, Reading got plenty of bodies back in position here. Arsenal going to have to work hard to try and move them out of position and exploit any spaces that do appear. Catley managed to squeeze the crossover. Little. Ford. Two defenders up against her. Neither could get a challenge in, but she ended up giving the ball away. Cooper. Everything in front of her. Miedemar coming to close down. Bryson's ball down the line. Williamson always favourite and dealt with it. is Ford to move it on early toward Blackstenius. Got to deal with Gemma Evans. Blackstenius has managed to hold on to it. Evans went to ground, didn't get near the ball. Volti, that's a lovely ball. Nice touch off as well from Ford. Miedemar. Took too long to get the shot away and Bryson took the ball from her. Arsenal starting to click into gear though. Well won back by Little. Got an excellent record here at Meadow Park of late, have the Gunners. Won 6 of their last 7 in the WSL on their own patch. Well, they did draw the most recent game here against Manchester United. Catley playing it infield. Here's Miedemar. Maritz. Moving the ball quickly here, Arsenal. It's going to be key to trying to break through the Reading back line. Little. There's space here for Ford. She ought to have delivered a better cross than that, but she has at least won a corner. Third already for the home side. Reading will have expected to be under pressure from the off, and that is the way that it's turned out, albeit the visitors have had a couple of opportunities on the break too. Another good delivery, and Reading not particularly decisive in getting it away, initially at least. Picked up by Leah Valti. It's a good run from Valti. Can she cut it back for Williamson? Not quite. Williamson had stayed forward from the corner. It's going to be a long old evening for Reading if they spend this long out of possession. Jonas Cedarval had a terrific 2021, didn't lose a single league game in Sweden or England. Very keen for his players to follow the old mantra of taking it one game at a time. Like, there's lots to play for in lots of different competitions for them this season. Miedemar, was she fouled there? Yes. Another corner for Arsenal. See there, the driving rain not making things easy for the players. Catley to send this over. Stewart looking a little concerned in the Reading goal. Swung back in by McCabe. That's a dangerous looking ball. And Trollsgaard had to volley it away to safety. And then there was a foul on Harding to relieve the pressure on Reading for now. Miedemar says, what, me? Arsenal have had 69% of the ball in the opening 15 minutes here. Creeps up to 70. So Reading, if they can, would do well to just hang on to the ball for a little while now and try and feel their way back into the game. Of course, as soon as I say that, it goes long from Cooper. was a good pass, though. Manuela Zinsberger, the Austrian, very much the regular feature in the Arsenal goal. Only missed one game all season in the league. Mentioned she had a rest on Sunday. Still competing on 3 fronts deep into the season, our Arsenal. FA Cup quarter-final to come against Coventry later this month. They've also got the first leg of their Champions League quarter-final against Wolfsburg. It's a risky one from Zinsberger. She's given it straight to Emma Harries. Now here's Eikeland. Arsenal got bodies back now. Eikeland and just overran it slightly, and that allowed Little to win it back. Looking to feed it for Dowie, but just a little too close to Raffaelli. Maritz. It's a good ball down the line for Blackstenius. Miedemar trying to make her way into the middle. Blackstenius couldn't quite get it under her spell. Stewart in no rush to restart play. Reading having their joint best ever points return after this stage of the campaign. Also on 22 back in 27-18, they finished 4th then. Given the number of high-profile departures they had over the summer, it is to their immense credit that they've been able to be so competitive this time around. But for a good touch, they would have had a great chance to put in a cross there through Tash Harding. It's a kind of hit and hope ball for Reading, really, and the opportunity there to build a meaningful attack, but the pass was rushed and went straight through to Zinsberger. McCabe. Gets through so much work on the right side, McCabe. She's given that away carelessly, though. Again, Reading unable to take advantage. Williams' header. Harry's trying to wriggle free of Maritz, and the only way Maritz could stop her was to commit a foul. Now then, quality delivery to come in here for Reading, and a chance to threaten Zinsberger's goal. It is a good-looking ball too, and Arsenal struggling to get it away, but the referee's given them a free kick as the shot comes in and flies wide. Well, 20 minutes gone, and Reading might feel that they've passed the first test in keeping Arsenal out for this long. Kelly Chambers said at the start of the season it might be a slow start for her side, given that they lost the likes of Angara James, Farrah Williams and Molly Bartrip. It was a slow start. They lost their first 4 and they didn't even manage a goal in that time, which just shows you what a turnaround it's been for them since. Primmer. Here's Bryson. Only had the one target really to aim at in the middle. Blackstenius pulled out wide to get a feel of the ball. Ford's in the middle. Came backward to Little. Here's Miedemar. Reading desperate not to let her turn. She couldn't do that, but she did offload it to Maritz. Now here's McCabe. Whipped it in with her left foot. Blackstenius was able to get something on it. Rafael Souza, the Brazilian international, who joined Arsenal in January, made a couple of additions to their squad for the second half of the season. Here's another one of them, Blackstenius. Can she get the shot away? No, but it's broken for Miedemar, and she does what Miedemar does against Reading. A WSL record for the Dutch international. She scored in 7 straight games against the same opposition. Vivianne Miedemar, the history maker, makes it Arsenal 1, Reading 0. A typically unerring finish. She was involved at the start of the move. Lucky the way it came back to her, but deadly with the finish. Deflection came off the defender rather than a Blackstenius assist. One touch to take it away, and the second from an angle to bash it away from Stewart and into the bottom corner. Nine goals for the season in the league for Miedemar at the midway point in the first half. Felt inevitable that she was going to score in this game. And that is what you call efficient. First shot on target of the match, and in it goes. 6 in her last 4 games against Reading now. Well, we've seen enough from Reading to know that it's far from over while it's 1-0, but the next goal of this game feels like a big one already. Blackstenius immediately started her run then. Ford's ball across, it's come back for Blackstenius. It could be 2, it comes off the defender. There's McCabe to poke in the rebound. And Arsenal have scored twice in the space of 2 minutes. Blackstenius involved again, but it's Katie McCabe who prods it over the line. And Kelly Chambers knows that her team are right up against it now. Simple enough for McCabe. Reading will wonder why there was nobody on hand to get the ball clear. Just about onside, I think, as the cross came in. Blackstenius had a go. That was a decent block. And then first to react to the empty net. just less than 2 minutes between those two goals. So the next goal of the game is a big one. Goes without saying from a Reading perspective that if there's to be a third, it has to be they who get it. Otherwise, there's surely no coming back for them. The bad news for Reading is that Arsenal have scored 6 goals in each of their last 2 home games against them. And the way they've started here, they might be about to make it 3 in a row in that regard. But Reading looking for a goal back. Again, quality on the final pass, just not there from the visitors. Here's Blackstenius. She's been really good at holding the ball up so far. That was excellent centre-forward play from the Swede. Unfortunately for her, Maritz couldn't match it. Animated character on the touchline usually, Jonas Edeval. Not too much for him to get worked up about at the moment. His team cruising. Baltic. McCabe, the scorer of Arsenal's second goal. What a pass that is, looking for Miedemar. Good defending from Cooper as well. You can see Miedemar applauding the idea. Miedemar. Pinched it back as well. Reading really can't have a moment's peace here. They've been bailed out by the flag of the assistant referee there. Arsenal really on it tonight. Ellie putting the brakes on as she got up toward halfway. No pressure on Arsenal to force it now, of course. McCabe. Cabe's in the middle, waiting to get in the end of the cross here, which is cleared away as far as Miedemar. Managed to shield it from Harries. Maritz sends it over, too close to Stewart, who can grab it at chest height. Trying to put it into a good area for Blackstenius, but in the end, it was the goalkeeper who was always favourite to get there. Here's Trollsgaard. Reading just trying to hurry that final pass a little too often. Means that they turn over possession cheaply. Case for a foul there by Bryson. Referee happy to let the challenge on Catley go. Played for half an hour now. 2 goals in just under 2 minutes from first Miedemar and then McCabe have got Arsenal in the box seat here. Miedemar can drive forward here. Blackstenius waiting for a cross here. Ford might go alone. Now Miedemar. Valti. Reading with so many numbers back. Might McCabe be tempted to shoot here. She was. Definitely worth it. Keeping it low on a wet surface like this. Could easily bounce up and be awkward for the goalkeeper. In the end, though, it was straightforward for Stewart. Bryson. It's a nice switch of play from Cooper out to Woodham. Again, though, the press from Arsenal is so intense that it's really difficult for Reading to make any significant inroads into the Gunners' half of the field. Penalised for the push on Miedemar. Don't think she can have too much complaint about that. Catley down the line for Ford. Bryson went to ground. It was a good challenge as well, albeit at the expense of corner number 5 for Arsenal. Always a risk to do that, particularly on this kind of pitch. Danger of your opponent skipping away from you or conceding a foul. Williamson got high off the ground. The Reading defenders were flat-footed, and Arsenal are well on their way to a 5-point lead at the top of the WSL table. They lead Reading by 3-0, and that was... Little just making sure that Stewart couldn't get anywhere near the ball. Clever from the Arsenal captain. And decisive from the England captain, Williamson. Three goals in a 12-minute spell here for Arsenal. Reading had actually made a decent start to the game, but it looks an awful long way back for them now. Trollsgaard. Miscommunication between Cooper and Bryson. 10 minutes of the first half to go then. And they are going to really earn their money if they're able to turn this around. The goal back before half-time and would give them some hope at least, but Zinsberg is yet to have to make a save. is Valti. Rain continues to fall at Meadow Park. Arsenal not feeling it at the moment though. Miedemar so good at finding those little pockets of spaces. Looking for room for the shot again. Miedemar, did that take a deflection? It did. Well, I'm sure she's well aware of the record she's got against Reading. Whether she's aware that she's set a WSL record tonight, we'll probably find out after the game. Good run that from Cooper. Trying to play it into Dowie, who's really been fed on scraps so far. Transguard then loses possession. Frustrating evening for the Reading attackers up to this point. Nil-nil at half-time in the other game going on in the WSL tonight, by the way, between Aston Villa and Everton. Williamson had her arm in the air as soon as the ball was played forward. Then she knew that it was going to be called back for offside. Understand why Dowie was so eager to make the run. It was a closer call than it initially looked, but it was the right one. So difficult for strikers not to do that and set off a fraction too soon when they've had so little of the ball and desperate to get involved in the game. Something for Zinsberger to do, albeit of her own team's creation there. Catley, a little bit lackadaisical there, being closed down by Harries. But it all worked out fine for her and Arsenal in the end. Been a tough opening half this for Reading, and chasing shadows for much of it, offered very little as an attacking force. They find themselves 3-0 down. Wins in 11 in the WSL for Reading against Arsenal before tonight. Only Notts County, now defunct Notts County, against Arsenal, and Birmingham have faced an opponent more without winning a game against them in this competition. Well, Reading, I'm sure, would take a draw right now. Looks as though Arsenal are set to stroll to victory, but Reading get the next goal of the game, who knows? Oh, that was a good idea. Blackstenius hadn't quite read it though. Little was letting it run through so she could get on the end of it. Very little for the Arsenal defence to do so far. Reading trying to press a little bit higher up the pitch now. Expect a change in formation, if not in personnel, for the second half by Kelly Chambers. He's not afraid of doing that. She set her team out to do tonight. Hasn't worked. Here's McCabe. Swap wings for the moment with Ford. Now Miedemar. Look at Miedemar working so hard to press Price, and she did catch her there, and that will be a painful one for the Reading right back, right on the top of the foot. Evans. A little bit risky there from Reading. Wasn't particularly slick or accurate, but they just about got away with it. And then Primer felt that the only way that she could stop Arsenal was to commit a foul. Just dragging Valti to the ground. Miedemar. Again, excellent hold-up play. And now Ford, great chance here for a fourth. Oh, well, she was rather caught in two minds, I think, whether to go for the bottom corner or try and square it for Blackstenius. Reading carved open again, though. Miedemar central to it. Ford with Blackstenius in her peripheral vision. Two additional minutes at the end of the first half.
2 minutes added time, 2 minutes.
Flags gone up here. Fair to say that Reading and Tash Harding in particular don't agree with that decision. Three goals in a 12-minute spell then. Arsenal started fairly slowly. It wasn't till the midway point of the half that they went ahead. As soon as they clicked into gear, they have looked close to, if not at, their irresistible best. little forward. Oh, I think that would have been onside as well, Blackstenius. Important intervention from Cooper. Raffaelli plays it forward, and that will do for the first half here. A first half in which Arsenal have blown Reading away. Too many draws for the Gunners before tonight in the league, and they want 3 points here as they seek to put some distance between themselves and Chelsea. And goals from Miedema, McCabe and Williamson have got them in a great position to do just that. Half-time at Meadow Park. It's Arsenal 3, Reading 0.
Arsenal WSL. At half-time, it's Arsenal